Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is West Ham away on Saturday, and we've got the wonderful Wads in the building. So, good afternoon.
Thank you very much. How are you, Dan?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good.
Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Just thought I'd have a retry there. No, yeah, I'm good, thanks. Looking forward to the weekend game. It's a huge opportunity for both teams. Obviously, we've not even won away from home all season, so I think this is a big chance for us to do that again. West Ham vastly underachieving, really, for what they have available. But, we've got to look at how it is. They're struggling. We're not struggling right now. So, it is a big opportunity. I feel there's huge pressure on West Ham if they don't win this. Even a draw, I think, would be very toxic if they weren't to beat us, no matter, the fact that we are ultimately above them. For a club like West Ham, they'll be expecting to try and beat us. So I think we've got to use that to our advantage. I think if we score, even if West Ham were to get back into it, if we were to score early on, for instance, I think they'd turn on their team. So I think we've got to take that into our hands really and use it to our advantage.
Mm, yeah, definitely. I mean, they reckon most could get sacked if they don't beat us. That's how bad it is at West Ham.
Yeah, it's really strange. Because honestly, West Ham the last 2 years before this were great, like getting into Europe and being a really strong competitive side. But this year they've heavily fell off. And I think the last 2 years are kind of a blip in ways, a good blip because obviously they ended up being very successful for what they were before that. But it's something you need to see West Ham at the bottom end of the table. But even so, look at the quality they've got. They should be doing a lot better. But I think their issue is probably strength in depth and probably their defence as well. And maybe Moyes has done what he can't do any more than what he's already done for them. I think West Ham fans would be happy with how he's done for them overall, but maybe it would be the right decision if he was to be moved on because maybe he isn't the right man to take West Ham forward. And this is all going to be very encouraging for Forest. Holding Man City, and obviously we lost last time out away from home at Fulham. But I think this is a big chance for us to go and get a win. Not even a point. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind a point, but I really would like us to win this one. We've only won one away from home all year against Southampton, a team that are even worse than West Ham. Based off the league table, West Ham are not much better than Southampton. So we need to be going there trying to win. Playing our own game. We've got to definitely sort out the away form, which we've slowly done this year, but it's still not what we want. Got a few draws, but getting a second away win would be huge. And I think this is a big chance for us to do that against West Ham, for sure.
And yeah, I mean, our away form to our home form, it's completely different. I mean, getting that point against City last week and Leipzig did it. We're as good as Leipzig, as you said before we came on. It's I
Yeah.
mean, you wouldn't have guessed it if we asked us last Thursday that we got a draw against City, then they went and drew against Leipzig. You would have said that last week.
I mean, yeah, we are technically as good as RB Leipzig, who obviously they're a top side in Germany. They've got some really good players. And they held Man City. I think they've actually done that before to City, so it seems to be a bit of a bogey team for them. But yeah, it's the fact that we held a Champions League side and a side that are good enough to win the Champions League is surreal, really. Like, we didn't even win. It'll be a game I don't think any of us will forget, even if we win the Premier League for years to come, which is what we hope to be. The fact that when we first played City at the City ground, we drew with them, thoroughly deserved to draw with them. And just the manner in which we scored that goal is just outstanding to see us score a goal like that against a team that are very well known for that. Not necessarily City, but Pep. Like he always is known for like tiki-taka style football, and that's exactly what we did. Possession-based goal all the way up to the top of the pitch against Man City. To see us do that against them was amazing, and we've got to use that as a good thing as motivation now to continue doing that kind of thing. And yeah, I think West Ham's a big opportunity. Obviously, we beat them in the first game when we were a bunch of strangers. So if we can certainly do it now, we're all gelled and quite clearly there's very good camaraderie in this side now. And like didn't think it was possible to love a team more than the one we had last year, but it's great to see that the lads get on so well now and know each other. And then you look at the quality we've got in the side, it's just surreal to see the players we've got now. So I think it's a huge chance this weekend to go and get something against West Ham.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it'd be nice to watch us do it against West Ham. I mean, I was even saying it last week. I think a couple of fans around me was mainly because we were keeping the ball and I like to keep ball for a bit. I mean, it was the first time we had the ball that for that long last week, and I mean, we made it work to our perfection there enough.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the game against City, obviously, it was just us defending and defending constantly, and often we were getting the ball and then losing it, probably too easily, albeit against City. And they'd go on like a break, or they'd just pass the ball about like City always do, and frustrate us. But we were definitely frustrating them more than us because they could have easily scored more goals. They had the quality to, they had the chances to score more goals than what they did. But I really felt like, having watched the game live, you could see in the Forest side and then the City side as well, that the more chances they kept missing, the more we became more confident and they kind of became a bit more nervous. And I think it definitely worked in our favour, the chances that they missed, particularly the Haaland miss where he skied it to the top of the bridge for them. I think that really made us think maybe it's fate. We can get something from this. If Haaland's missing that kind of chance, then why can't we go and get a point out of this at the very least? On another day, we could have gone and got a win. Honestly, I think City were there for the taking at one stage, which is mental to be able to say against Man City. We'll all take a point for sure, but it was a very, very encouraging game yet again to have a really strong performance at home. They've only lost twice, lost 3 times at home this season, and they were all at the start of the year against the Fulham team that are doing really well. Bournemouth, obviously, yeah, that was a big bad result for us, of course. But there was lots to contend with back then. And obviously Spurs, you can probably accept losing to Spurs, and we were pretty good in that Spurs game, I thought. But ultimately, since then, we've won a lot of games at home. When even if we've been winning, we've been drawing with City and Chelsea and beating Liverpool. It's incredible what we've managed to do at home this year, and we've got to continue to do that. But obviously, like we say, we've got to make sure that we don't rely on it too heavily. We've got to get points on the road as well. And like I say, I think West Ham is a huge opportunity to do that. There's not many teams in the league that are worse than West Ham right now, which is a surprise to be able to say. But like I say, got to use it to our advantage, really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Haaland's just a crap Andy Carroll. De Bruyne's just a crap Jack Colback.
Yeah, that was funny. That I mean, obviously, I sit near like A block area, and to hear all the chants, it's one of the reasons why I love sitting there, because it's like you're very close to the loud part of the ground, and just saying you're just a B-Tech Jack Colback to Kevin De Bruyne was hilarious. And it wasn't even that fake on the day, because I think Jack generally did better than De Bruyne. Obviously, De Bruyne is one of the best players in the world, but he missed so many chances. And yeah, like I said, I think we use that to our advantage. We only gain confidence from City's frailties.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, West Ham on Saturday. I mean, especially after last week. I mean, our fan base probably going into this with quite optimistic. I mean, the atmosphere was unreal. Like, especially when we scored. Like, I think the whole of Nottingham would have heard that.
Yeah, I mean, the City ground's been a very loud place at times since Steve Cooper's been here, but it's that was up there with one of the loudest goal celebrations, I think, and one of the surreal really because we were playing against probably statistically the best team in Britain and one of the best teams in the world. To do it to them, not just getting a draw against anyone or even another top side that's struggling like Liverpool or Chelsea, to do it against Man City was just next level. And I think it would be the same if we were to do it against Arsenal as well because of how strong Arsenal are this year. But obviously we've done that before to Arsenal. A few times they've come to our game, we've beaten them. Um, so yeah, it's amazing really, and it's a very very difficult place to come for the opposition. It's quite clear to see that rival teams what we do. The whole 12th man scenario. It does make an impact, and
Mm.
I think that's definitely a huge reason why we get points at home, so many points. And like we keep saying, we've got to make sure we can try and change that away from home and make sure we do get points away and wins, especially. Because you probably can survive on home form and getting the odd point away, but you want to be a little bit more safe than that. And I personally think we'll be fine this season. I think I've believed that particularly since we got back from the World Cup. But we started to see signs before the World Cup of progression. All season of our belief we could survive with the quality we've got. I think down to the start of the year when we were losing a lot, I think a lot of us were in doubt, especially after that Leicester match. But we've only got stronger since that Leicester game. It's been a slow process, but look at us now. We're 13th in the Premier League, and we're going away to West Ham. We're in Europe this year, and believing we can win. So, yeah, we've got to use it as a good thing, really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they even got Bowen, who's been highly tipped for England and all that, and they got Antonio who all know. I mean, it is really funny to see how they're attacking. That is so good, but they're not at the best this season. I mean, even when we beat them at the start of the season, I mean, Rice missed that penalty. I mean, it's unreal to say how low they are.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a case of a lot of key players aren't being as good as what they were last year. Like, I know Suchek hasn't been as good as he was last season, and Sufal. The defence, I don't know whether that's. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I need to actually have a look into it, but just appears to me that the whole team isn't playing in the same kind of way. I think it's guaranteed if they get relegated, they're going to lose a huge amount of players.
Mm.
Declan Rice will be out there immediately, probably to go to Chelsea or probably Chelsea, knowing Chelsea how much they sign players. But yeah, there'll be a huge amount of players leave. It'll be a real come down from being in European football the last 2 years to get relegated. I think it's imperative they survive. But we've got to go there and get 3 points and make it even harder for them to survive, really, haven't we? So
Yeah, definitely. The
that's all
equality.
I'm bothered about.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, we did see a change in the team last week. What sort of changes could you, see us do?
I think in time, if Yates is available, I think we could see Yates come into the team. I do think we'll definitely see Nico come in for Uriah because Uriah is meant to be out for like 10 days. Thankfully, it's not as long as the other injuries, but it's yet another injury to add to our growing list, which is mental. It just emphasises again just how good we are, and especially under Steve Cooper, the fact that we have all these injuries, we have a starting 11 worth of injuries, and we can still hold teams like Man City at home. Yeah, I think it's amazing to see. So yeah, I think Nico will definitely come in for Serge. I think that's a strong replacement. And I could see Yatesy come in if he's available, but I don't think he'll start if he is available, to be honest. I mean, we'll see. It's a matter of time before Yates is back. I know he's in training again. Yeah, I don't really think anything too major, to be honest. I think probably keep it very similar. Might see Chris Wood start this time because I, got the goal against against Man City. So maybe we might see Wood come in. Yeah, not quite West Ham. He weren't here for that game.
Either
Um,
you heard it here first. Chris Ward's going to score on Saturday.
well, yeah, he wasn't here for the home game, but I'm also predicting the future that he's going to score on Saturday. But yeah, we could see him come in, but I think we'll definitely see Nico start. That's pretty much guaranteed. But other than that, I don't expect it to be too different.
Mm. You got a score prediction for Saturday?
Oh, that's a difficult one because do I really predict us to win away from home? I'm not sure that I'm bold enough to do that. Only I think it's doable for sure. Like West Ham, if we start strong, like I say, I think they could really get on their team in a negative way. It could turn toxic, and I think that's a really big power for us. So, nah, I'm gonna sit on the fence and say a 1-1 draw, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. And I probably would now. I wouldn't mind a point, but I think we need to be winning this one. Like this situation at West Ham, regardless of where they are, they're still a good team, and they've got some great players. So to get a win would be huge. But also, more than anything, looking at where they are on the table compared to us, we should be winning. But
Mm.
I'm not brave enough to predict us to actually win away from home because it's only happened once all season.
Uh,
Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
Touch wood. But yeah, we got 1-1 draw, guys, and Chris Ward score.
Yeah,
Uh,
I unintentionally predicted Wood to score, but I hope he does.
yeah. So about your socials.
Yeah, come subscribe to my channel, everyone. Rads. I do lots of Forest stuff. I did a video about Morgan Gibbs White yesterday, so go and check that out. Yeah, there's lots of good stuff in my opinion. Anyway, it's pretty good. Yeah, and subscribe to Forest TV, of course. You know what to do.
Thank you. Obviously, I've gave Wad's channel a Q star, so it has been Q certified.
Exactly. I've been certified, everyone. So, you know,
Yeah, but yeah, do hit the up Wad's channel. You can click on it in the title of the video.
yeah,
Um, Thank you for coming on as per usual.
yeah, no problem. Thank you.
So I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye.